The last hike. Hey, it's Eric Osnes here with ericismybanker.com with my weekly update on mortgage rates for the week ending Cinco de Mayo. Feliz Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Well, it was a busy week in the financial world with jobs data and a Fed meeting. Here's a quick rundown of where we're at with everything. First off, let's talk about jobs. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics came out with their jobs report for the week showing 253,000 new jobs created in April. This is the number that you're going to see in the press, but the BLS has been unreliable with their initial estimates, to say the least. They also showed strong initial numbers in February and also again in March, only to be revised downward by almost 150,000 jobs. That same thing will most likely happen with their April numbers. Hint, higher jobs numbers give politicians bragging rights, but they're bad for mortgage rates. So looking deeper, there's actually two surveys that get reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The business survey, that's where this 253,000 jobs number comes from, but also a household survey. The household survey is where the unemployment numbers come from. Now, the household survey showed only 139,000 jobs created. Uh, Probably much more realistic number once we see the business survey numbers revised. Unemployment rate fell to 3.4% from 3.5% last year, or excuse me, last month, but that's not necessarily for good reasons. The reason the unemployment rate fell is that the total labor force contracted by 43,000 jobs. So that actually pushed the unemployment number a little bit lower. The Federal Reserve met on Wednesday and they hiked interest rates for the 10th time in a year to 5.25%. That's the highest the federal funds rate has been since August 2007. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell hinted this may be the last hike this year as inflation has finally started to show signs of waning. But this is a big series of hikes. That does not mean they will start to immediately cut federal funds rate. In fact, they may just keep that rate elevated throughout the remainder of the year. So time will tell on that. Contrary to conventional wisdom, when the Fed hikes rates, mortgage rates almost always fall. And that's exactly what happened this week. So here's the national averages. Conventional 30-year fixed rate mortgage, 6.45%. That's down about 0.22 from a week ago. 15-year fixed rates, 5.9%, down 0.15. 30-year fixed rate FHA and VA, 6.06 to 6.07, down about 0.18 from a week ago. And 30-year fixed rate jumbos, 6.18, down about 0.07 from a week ago. 5/1 ARM, 6.72. As I've mentioned before, I don't really talk too terribly much about that just because we have an inverted yield curve right now, meaning that shorter term loans can actually have a higher interest rate than longer term loans like a 30-year fixed rate. Looking forward, moving on here. If you are currently a real estate investor, you own real estate property, or you're ready to become an investor, make time to stop by the beautiful Cedarbrook Lodge in Seatac on Saturday, May 13th for the Rental Housing Association's annual spring workshop. This is your best opportunity to get information to help your rental business from across the industry in a single day. Hear from housing providers, including myself, property managers, attorneys, and financial experts, and more to build your knowledge base and run your rental properties with confidence. Whether you make sure you want to make sure you're complying with all of the laws in our area, which are complex, find out more about investment opportunities or to make some valuable connections with other rental housing association vendors to bolster your real estate network, we've got you covered. So registration information and details, you can just click rhawa.org. That's Rental Housing Association of Washington.org, and click on the Spring Workshop and Trade Show. And again, that's going to be Saturday, May 13th at the Cedarbrook Lodge in Seatac. Runs from 9 o'clock a.m. till 3 o'clock p.m. Lots of good workshops and information will be provided there. That's all I've got for this week. I hope you have a great weekend. Please reach out if I can answer any of your financial related questions. You can call me 206-915-3742. Email me eric@ericismybanker.com or look for me on social media. Just look for Eric is my banker and you'll find me. Hope you have a great weekend. Again, Feliz Cinco de Mayo.